Hey guys, I'm DrShnig and welcome to this. This is a rendering that I did in Blender, and it just features me standing on a bunch of glass that I had to hollow out, and then there's a spotlight with a certain light, and what it does is it emits God rays. And I think it's quite interesting, and I guess what I'm doing is, so I'm asking you guys if you want me to make any animation using God rays featuring anyone walking on glass, and if you want to be featured in it, say so and give me a link to the download of your skin image, because I think this could be actually quite awesome. It just, you know, I really like the end out of this, and now I'll show you guys how to do it. So anyways, first what you'll want to do is like have everything empty. Now you want to add a lamp of point. You'll want to add a camera and position it where you think is good. I use it as a lot of people in their animations, they use beginners, they just swing it all over the place, but they think it's necessary, and I tried to not do that in my intro. And so yeah, now that we've got the camera positioned, you will want to download the terrain file of Minecraft 1.8, which I will have it on my Dropbox, and I'll link it in the description, and you'll be able to click an annotation that pops up right now, and you'll download the file. And so this is what you'll do. So you'll go over, you'll add a plane. Now, what most people do is say scale it up and then change the texture and whatnot. Just let me get rid of the realistic lighting. I don't know why. And you'll want to hit 5 to go into orthographic mode. And you'll come here and you'll scale it down by holding Control or scale 0.5. And this way it'll fit in one of the boxes perfectly each time you put it in there. Now you guys see I've got this all closed out here. So I've made a new material for this called glass, but I'm gonna redo it all. So you'll want to make a new material. Then wait, I did something wrong. So anyways, I did something wrong, so I just opened a new Blender file. So you'll want to add this plane, scale it, and hold, and then click numpad 0.5. I should probably turn on screencasting. And I forgot how to toggle screencasting, so that's great. And you'll want to do textured solid so that you'll be able to see the textures. You press N. What the? You press N and then open this and go down to shading. Select textured solid. Now you want to go in edit mode, and you'll open up a new window like this. You'll go over here, click on texture, and click new. Open to image or movie, open, and then go here, find your texture file, and this is the texture file I've got. Then show alpha, go down, under image sampling, disable mintmap, interpolation, change the filter to feline. Many people say just do it to box and spam this all the way down, but feline does it all for you, so you don't have to do it. Then coordinates, I think this is it so far. And then we go here under material, new, name this material whatever you want. I call it glass. Go on specularity, turn it down. This is what I do. You don't have to do that. Go under Z transparency, tick it on. Go and now comes the mapping. So you'll go over here, wide span this if you want to. I'm just doing it for the tutorial. Go over here, click terrain, so hit A to select it all. Hit scale 0.65. No, 0.065, and then it should be wait, and then you just scale it down a bit more. Select this edge, drag it to the end of the texture, end of the texture, end of the texture, and then hold shift and hit S and selected the pixels. That'll just map it on exactly. Hold B, drag this over here, then do that again, and now hit A twice to deselect and select everything. Hit G to move it over here. Hit Shift S, selected the pixels again, and now you've got your glass texture here. Now what you want to do is this is how I do it. You don't have to follow these steps, but this is the way I figured it out, and this is the way it works for me. Hit W, subdivide, 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 and once more subdivide. Now comes the boring part. You will have to click here to select faces down here, and you'll need to select every individual face that isn't needed. And this is where you want the Godrays to go through. And of course I can just do this, B, 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 and then unselect those. And then, or I can hit C and then scroll out to make it bigger, scroll in to make it smaller, and I'll just do this bigger. And I will also have a link to this Blender project in the description. It'll come with the folder of the terrain terrain file, which you can always just go on the internet, search up Minecraft terrain file 1.8 and download it. Or you can find it in .minecraft, or you can take any texture from any resource pack. And then you'll hit X to delete, and you'll select faces. Now hit A, go on 1, scroll in, zoom in, and extrude. You can do it up to half if you want. And I think the normal Minecraft block would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 4. There. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Normal Minecraft glass pane block is 4. Of course, I'm just using the glass texture. And now that we've got it extruded, I'm gonna duplicate this. So hold shift and hit D, then hit the X button, hold control, and move it along. And you'll want to do this for however much you want. Trust me, you don't want to hit Z, you always want to hit Y because Z just, puts it under. And I have duplicated this for like 50 times. I don't know how much actually. In the one I showed you before. So then you'll hit B and select all of it, which won't always work because the smaller the pixels get in the view, the less it will accept the selecting of it. And I highly don't recommend duplicating it so much. There, see, it didn't select a lot of pixels. I highly recommend not duplicating it so much if you've got a laggy computer, don't have a good graphics card, or there are some problems with your Blender running. On some computers, if you've got like a 32-bit computer, it will sometimes crash if you don't have any lighting at all. So make sure to put the lighting in. So, and I'm sick, guys, currently. And then I'll select all of this, and then I'll have to zoom in. And move down here. Hold shift and middle click to pan. And that happens if you don't select all the pixels. It just drags them. So make sure you select all the pixels. And if you move them, that is. Shift D, X. Move it over here. And snap it into place. And then go over here. Shift D, X. Snap it over here. And that should be enough. So, now I'll get to the rig of your character part, because that is a very important part. So, let's first set up the material of this. Now, you go over here, select the texture, and all your settings will be saved from down here. And now if we render the image, it should, yeah, I was afraid of that. Arg. Now, sometimes this doesn't work for me, which is quite annoying, because I don't know how I did stuff. Yeah. Oh! That's actually quite cool! No, not really. So you go over here, go to coordinates and select UV. I've got different types of, all the different types of blocks. So you'll select UV, and you'll select alpha and translucency, and then when you render it, it should be alright. And I don't know why it doesn't do this with all of them. It should. That's kind of what we want. Houston, we may have a problem. All of them are flat except for that one. So it's an easy fix, guys. This is all one object because we edited it all in one. And just go on 7A and 1. And you'll want to yeah, it crashed my computer a bit. We don't want this stuff in a selection. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna go over here, select all of this. It's weird. I expected it to duplicate. Oh, I know what happened. Instead of selecting everything, I just selected it from the top. Or I only had the top selected when I duplicated it. So that's probably the thing. You know, I can probably zoom out more. And I'll do this. Just do that. Yeah, that works. Okay. And, once again, file in the description if you don't want to go through all this, but I highly recommend doing it if you're new to Blender, because when you want to do other awesome stuff on your own like this, it'll be harder for you to know what to do and what not. So now extrude up, probably what I want. Yeah. So I'll just duplicate it. Please don't crash. Okay, click. Then extrude it downwards. I selected the Z axis. Why isn't it working properly? Yeah, and it's not mapped correctly now. I was afraid of this. Arg. Tab. Okay. So it should look okay now. or I'll have to do everything from the beginning. Render image. Well, anyways, when we import the light, yeah, it's all one white, guys. So, hit Shift and A, then go down here, lamp, spotlight. You want to hit R, X, 180 to rotate 180 degrees, then GZ and move it down. Then go over to here to light properties. Select this and put it to any color you want. I prefer yellow because that's the official color of Godrays in sky. The ones that beam down from the sun. And when you render image, it should look something like this. Now why? Because there's one important setting over at the spotlights that's called halo. Then you boost up the step, render image, and there we go. It's beaming straight through there. And now I'll show you how to import a character. Okay? So this is my character rig. I got it from a different rig, and I'll show you how it looked approximately. So I think this is how it looked. Yeah, this. So I downloaded this off the internet, guys, because I'm too lazy to make my own rig, and it's really simple to use. This is the pointer bone for the arm, and what it basically does is you can move it here, and then the arm now bends in the direction of that pointer bone. See, so you can't do certain stuff without that, which makes this really useful. And if you like, and there's this for the leg, it's always pointing down unless you rotate it. And this is a pointer bone for the leg, obviously, and they're all the same colors for each thing. So if like there's a green thing here for the arm, and it's also going to be green to rotate the wrist, and there's always going to be a green pointer bone. And then there are all these facial controls, and what they help with is animation. So this is a hat layer. Now let's say this is how to edit it. So you go here, skin, hit X on here, open up your file. Show Blender files. What? How is that even an image? What the heck? I wanted to open the files of that. Okay, so I'll have to go to downloads. Where's my downloads folder? Isn't here. There we go. I found my thing. Oh, and one more thing. It has to be a 1.7 skin. I haven't figured out how to use it like on a 1.8 because you have to remap everything. So now when we render image, should look something like this. Now why is this? It's because of the hat layer. You'll want to go into edit mode, subdivide it. Whoops, just did it too much. Open up this, go to UV image editor. Go to DrShnig, the skin, or whatever your skin file is. You see over here, everything is selected. You don't want that. So what you're going to do, you're going to go over and manually select all these while looking over here so that you don't overlap in pixels like this. So you'll have to not select those pixels. See, I just selected these. Now what I'll do is shift click, and it will remove those pixels from the selection. And you'll have to do that with all sides, which I'll not really show. But anyways, you get the principle. You just do this, and you're constantly looking at the UV image editor to see if you accidentally select the wrong pixel. And then what you do when you've got it all selected, which I'll crop the video to, and there we go. You hit X and delete faces. Now this will happen. Now I know this looks quite weird, but anyways, what happens is this. Now how to make it in the viewport? You hit Tab for every item, hit AA, go over here and select this. That'll just add it to the viewport. Now, there's a problem with this thing, and for my skin it works just fine, but the kid who created this, actually made an error in the mapping. So what you'll have to do is go over here, I believe it's on this arm, you'll have to select this, you'll have to select your side, the faces, and you'll have to select it, because for some certain skins it won't work, so you'll have to move it over here, select the pixels, and there. But for mine it just works fine. I didn't really find any errors that I had to fix, whereas when I was doing other skins I had to. So yeah, you just select everything individually, hit Tab, A, select it, go over here, do that, Tab, A, go over here, there, Tab, A, select it, and there we go. And I'll give a link to this Steve rig in the description. And what you do here, to change the color of the eyes, you go over here. I don't like specularity, and you just change it like that. And now, render image, and of course it's got to change the color of the whole thing. Why did it do that? Control Z, Z. Or like this, change back to blue, render image. What the heck? Control Z, render image. That is just weird, guys. Anyways, I'll give you the link of this Steve rig in the description, and you'll just have to follow those steps. But why did it do that? Oh, I know why. The head's material is all linked up wrong. Go over here, just select that again, and you'll want to select this, the eyeball. That's how you do it. Yeah. You go over here, select that, change the color, and then hit this, Tab, go over here, Tab, and there we go. Also, when making the rig, as you see, I don't have my eyes or my face or whatnot. Oh, yeah, here's an example of a part that's not mapped on correctly. So, this right here, there's a Q on the bottom of my guy, which you'll see if I get to fix this, which I just did. There, see? Now, upside down, it's mapped on incorrectly, so you'll have to just go over here and rotate the texture, whatnot, so Control Z. But it's fine if you don't really plan on finding a neck, showing a neck, and there you go. And now, how to import this to your thing. So here I am back at my rig. This is just my setup that I made over here. And now you just want to make your guy go into the exact position if you're just doing images. Otherwise, if I were you, I would do all this into the rig file and rename the rig file to something else when saving it, and you'll just want to move him into the right position. Which could be pretty hard if you're not sure which position. And then you'll need to do the following when you're done. Now, it's a lot easier to do it here. It's just my opinion, because it's not all that laggy because of all the stuff in there. And if you want like dilated pupils, you should do this, which I don't know why it works wrong now. That's just weird. There, yeah, see that? There, you'll want that. And this is for the mouth, right here. So if you want it to be a big mouth, like that, Then you'll just do that, and you can also twist his body a bit. And then what you'll do is go in one, hit A, select that, and no, you want to select that and hit A, then unselect the camera, Control C, then go into the other file, which is now quite laggy, and hit Control V. And now, of course, you can edit everything here, I believe, if my thing would stop lagging, which it just crashed. And so yeah, you can edit it here. And then you'll want to have your camera position and your light positioned correctly. So you want the character's face. Oh man, why is it crashing? And this is why some people have textured solid disabled. So that would run a lot faster. So what you'll want to do is you'll want to have the camera positioned correctly. Of course, I could just rotate the character, but I think it's a lot better this way. And I'll just get the light closer to his face. There we go. And then I'll position the camera. There we go. And that should be basically it. And sideways shots look quite cool if you're into those, which I sort of am. I just use these sort of for my background, my desktop background, and there we go. You have it. Your character is standing in the midst of a bunch of freaking Godrays. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope it proved helpful. That it is helpful. And if you want to change the world color, of course you can. You'll just go over here, do this, do that, but it won't work well with the Godrays because this is how it'll sort of turn out. It'll actually just blend them with the thing. So I think you'll have to use very bright colors for your world then. So thanks for watching. I hope this episode of this proved helpful for you. If you did, please leave a like. Comment if you want me to do any more tutorials and of what exactly, like thumbnails and whatnot. And yeah, also comment if you want me to use these Godrays. Just have an animation of me and maybe some other characters just walking around. A Godrays having a conversation, or just being, come up with a storyboard. I'm not really sure what I'll do. Thanks for watching. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys next time.